Hey, and welcome back to Broken Hearts Heal, where two best friends come together to talk about it all: life, friendships, relationships, self care, any and everything is on the table. Welcome, BHH. This is a safe place.
We're back. We have a special guest, one of our very close friends, Ronnie Clausel. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm doing well. How y'all doing?
Doing good. Thanks for being here with us today. We appreciate your flexibility. Um,
No problem.
Rodney is one of our very great friends. Like we go way back. Like he's a day
Like
one.
four flat tires. Be down like four flat tires.
Part of this episode is half empty or half full, which is basically talking about like being life is an emotional roller coaster and it can cause so many ripples in our life. Let me just say ripples. I feel like that's the best way to put it. And we were talking a little bit about like being emotionally numb, emotionally unavailable, all that good stuff. I am very excited for this one. So starting off very strong for both, like question for both of my people. Where do you guys consider being emotionally numb?
What I feel right now.
I knew that was coming. Don't lie.
I'm gonna start crying this episode.
Don't cry, because you know I'm on my pills. But honestly, like, oh, well, not honestly, I know you probably was like really serious about that. But like, Brady, what do you consider being emotionally numb?
Ooh. Um, it's like you just like basically what it is. You just don't feel nothing when stuff happens. You know, because like you used to like say was in a relationship with somebody. Back in the day, stuff ain't work out. Y'all break up, then it hurt then. But later in life, it may not hurt no more.
Because you're just used to it.
From there, you just used to it at that point.
I looked at the definition, not definition, but like the description of being emotionally numb. And it said emotional numbness, also known as affective blunting, means a person is unable to experience emotions. They may feel as though they are cut off from their own emotions, and they may be associated with numbness being feeling disconnected from their own body or thoughts. I felt that. Like, do you ever feel like you are going through something like it's bad, but like you don't know how to put it into words? Like you feel like you know something is wrong, and it's just like I don't know how to explain it, but you know you feeling it. Is that just me?
No.
That's literally every guy with any problem.
Yeah.
That's so. You say any guy with any problems?
Yeah, that's literally any guy with any problem.
Y'all just be bottling it up.
You don't know how to explain it. That we know it's wrong, we just don't know how to explain it.
That's so sad.
Bro, I'm saying, me too.
Right, big facts, big facts.
It's like if you actually tried to put it into words to explain to somebody what you were going through, you couldn't.
You couldn't like people are like, oh, what's wrong? But like,
I
don't know.
I don't even know what's wrong. I just know
No,
this is how I
something.
feel.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the worst.
I generally feel like, especially, I don't know, I know we're all like kind of in the same, well, age range, kind of. I know like 20s, like early 20s, early 30s.
Hey, early 30s! Not me! I'm done. I'm leaving this episode. Bye, y'all.
I'm just kidding. I love making that joke to them.
Feel attacked.
Just because you a fetus.
I'm not a fetus. I'm literally a year under you.
You are.
Okay, I'm glad you said that.
Anyways.
Exactly. You literally, well, you give or take a little more than a year.
Yeah, you're
22, I'm 24.
So, the moral of the question is, in our early 20s, early 30s, I feel like I was just talking, like saying this to Capri and Randy, like, life is an emotional roller coaster. Do you guys genuinely feel like we put ourselves in situations to keep us on this roller coaster of emotions because we like the way it feels?
Hey, hey, obviously from Capri's reaction, she agreed with that, but
The reason why I ask this question is because, like, when we go to amusement parks, right? We get on roller coasters because we like that adrenaline. We like that. She don't, but like people in general, like we like that up and down, the heart in the stomach, the up and you know. do we feel like that in life? Like, do we like being on this roller coaster of emotions because it keeps us going?
I don't like it, but I feel like that's all I know, so that's what I keep going back to.
Mm. It's like a habit.
I guess.
You just crave that feeling, to be honest, you know?
Mm.
When you say you crave that feeling, like you like kind of like Capri Sun, like you don't like it, but like you need it, right? Is that what you mean by that?
Yeah. It's like,
Mm.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily like you say it like the way you make you feel. You like the way it make you feel, but it's just something about the rush and like the rush you get from it. Same thing with a regular roller coaster.
It's just like a rush.
You know, there's a song by Olivia Rodrigo, One Step Forward, Three Steps Back. And this is a set of lyrics that I feel like explains this situation perfectly. Wait, I kind of find it all exciting. Like, which lover will I get today? Will you walk me to the door or send me home crying? It's something about not knowing what you're gonna get. It's just like, maybe in some way you actually enjoy it.
You enjoy the rush.
And that's why you continue to find yourself in the same situation, the same circumstances.
That's crazy. Our minds are so weird.
So we do find it exciting, but we don't. You know, it's crazy. Like when you're on a roller coaster, I actually hate roller coasters because I have a condition that does not allow me to enjoy them. But you
Oh
ever
yeah.
notice like that thrill you get before you get on a roller coaster, like that super, like you're so excited, like oh my god, it's so fun, and then you actually get on it, and you're like, why did I do
Get off this ride
like,
right now?
The thrill was there, but like I actually felt terrible throughout the whole process, especially at the end. I literally felt like throwing up.
Real bad.
That's literally how life is in relationships. Well, in friendships too.
I'll say friendships.
Depending on the kind of circumstance you get yourself into or the situationship that you find yourself in, it's like,
Man,
this
don't
is
even get me
fun.
started.
But I feel like it. Actually, I'm not gonna say that. My next question is based on this episode. Do you guys consider yourself half empty or half full?
Both of them.
At this current time. How can be both of them?
Both of them.
Like you right in the middle.
I'm just the same.
What about you, Rodney?
Well, I think the difference between half empty and half full. See, half empty to me gives me the impression that you're losing something and you're still going to continuously lose something to get past half empty. But half full is like you building yourself up and you gaining stuff to where you half full. I mean, I like to think, yeah, y'all know I don't really, negativity ain't really my thing. So I like to say stay half full. You know, you probably rarely ever hear me say half empty.
This man is the chillest dude you will ever meet in your life. Like he could be going through so much, like riding the wave of life. Like he just be chilling, like, vibing. I love that about you.
I just be like, at this point, it's whatever, man.
It is what it is.
Life just be life, and sometimes you just gotta be like, hey, it could be worse.
I feel like right now in my life, I think I'm half empty. Like I feel like these past couple of weeks, I've been going through it emotionally. I'm on low fuel, real bad, and it's I'm on E.
You know, starting off the week, I was half full. I was doing great. I really was. I had a great week.
What happened? What made your attitude change?
You know what it is? Let me talk about this last episode. I feel like sometimes temporary situations feel so permanent in the moment that you just feel like it's going to take over your life, or you feel like your life is over, even though it's really the smallest thing, and you're just like, Capri, honestly, it's going to be fine. It's literally going to be fine.
Didn't it be that one time your purse get caught in the door and that set you off? I understand.
You get it.
It's like that one last thing.
You like, you know, Jackie gets stuck. You be like, something like that happened, bro. You be like, yeah, that's the last straw.
That's my last.
That's
like,
my last straw.
All
right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna head out.
And I feel like me personally, like I'm at the point, kind of like Rodney, like I have been through so much, and it's just like, you know what else can go wrong? I'm so Like, I'm at the point where I'm so numb. Like, anything happens to me, I'm just like, on to the next problem, on to the next challenge.
No, literally, that's literally how you become.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have no reaction anymore. It's just like, well,
It is what it is. I saw this.
It could be worse.
It could be.
and it probably will get worse. And you might as well just save your energy for the next situation.
I hate that. I hate this. I hate this. This is not how we supposed to be living out here. BHH.
True.
I saw a quote. Not a quote, but like a statistic, and it said feeling emotionally numb commonly arises to protect. It's like a protective response to us to feel like we're going through like stress, anxiety, trauma, difficult emotions we can't express. And I think each of us have went through a point in our life that we are emotionally numb and like we can't process it,
Exactly.
and that's what makes it difficult to function. Like, we know what, like, if, like you said, if somebody asks us how we're doing, like, I don't know, and they're like, well, what's wrong? I don't know, but we know something is wrong, you know?
Because you're personally still trying to process your feelings. And for anybody who deals with anxiety and depression, you know firsthand that there's not always triggers when it comes to it. Sometimes you can be having like the best time with like your favorite people, and then you can just shut down with no explanation. It's just the reality.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes there is no explanation. It's just like a feeling that comes over you, and maybe you just don't have enough serotonin or dopamine in your brain. That's my problem. I just don't have actual happiness in my head, so that's why I have to pop up. Yeah. Part two.
But shoot, people start asking me how I do it because after so many times of saying, "Dude, if I knew, I'd tell you."
Okay,
Stop asking.
You know, this life is full of ups and downs and roller coasters, and I feel like some of the roller coasters that we go through. I saw this quote on Instagram, and it was like, we allow our thoughts and our fantasies to take the better of us. I think that's why we on this roller coaster. So, what was that? A roller coaster? I just come
Just
up
run
with
with
two
it.
words, bro.
it's a roller coaster.
Just run with
Roller
it.
coaster.
What is hell new word? You heard it here first, BHH. Are you on a roller coaster?
I think you're on a roller coaster. We all on a roller coaster right now. Emotional roller coaster. We allow those thoughts and fantasies to just cloud us and overwhelm us to the point where we're just like, we just can't control it. We can't process it. I swear.
I disagree with your explanation on it.
Okay.
Because I think the whole thing about allowing our fantasies and stuff, I think what that is an escape from reality. We like to process this thing in our brains where life is better, where, you know, this is what our future entails, this is what we want, this is just what we think life looks like for us. And then when that doesn't happen, and those fantasies are not fulfilled, and it's like, oh, this is actually my life, and it's nothing actually how I dreamed it to be or how I actually want it to be. And I think that is what gets the better of us, is when those thoughts and fantasies are not fulfilled the way that we want them to be. That's what I think.
I can see that. I agree with that to a certain extent.
Yeah.
What is your definition? What do you think your definition of like emotional roller coaster would be?
I agree with both of y'all. And then at the same time, you know, when you, like you said, people go through periods of depression and anxiety, you start to notice, like me living by myself, I start to notice things like I put the laundry away like a week and a half or something, still sitting in the bath. It's just little stuff like you'll notice like you not as tidy as you normally are when you're happier or whatnot. You're not as vocal with like going and talking to your friends. Like a lot of stuff starts to lack when you feel depressed. And I mean, to be honest with you, it's not really necessarily an easy fix, but something you could do is just maybe just start tidying up. Maybe just hit your friends up and see how they doing. You know, maybe you see how they doing. and they tell you about their day, and then you realize your day isn't that bad, you know?
I feel like a depression room is a real thing. It's like when you in a
Hmm.
funk and your space says that you're in a funk, it makes it worse, but it's so hard to dig yourself out of that. And that's something that I struggle
Hmm.
with too. Like if I'm going through something, you're gonna see it around me. Like I just don't want to do nothing. I just want to just come home, go to bed. I don't care about nothing around me. And this is one thing that actually I'm gonna say that. Capri hates that about me, and I'm working on it. She be like, "Oh my god, you need to this plan." I'm like, I'm trying. Like I'm going through things.
But I have to understand too, like that we all handle it differently.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's what depression looks like for you. Everybody just handles it different. And I have to understand that too. Like if Tay Room will look like it's gonna swallow me if I go in there. Like that's just how she deal with her depression, you know?
Exactly. I think that's the importance of like understanding like people around you too, like understanding how they process things, and because like you said, everybody processes stuff differently. Like how Rodney does something when he's depressed or anxious is different from you, different from me, different from the next person.
Yeah.
Like especially like in a like I feel like we're a pretty tight knit friend group, so like we should know like, oh, this is how they respond to certain things, so we can know how to help them in the future.
Yeah.
So
because some people are more vocal with their depression and other people aren't.
mm-hmm.
So sometimes it may look like what's around you. Sometimes it may be you verbally saying something. Sometimes it might be like you shutting down. Like I say, everybody's different. Everybody's depression looks different. Mine, I think I shut down and shut myself out.
Because I would say, like, for me personally, if I'm going through something, I feel like I do try to hide it unless, like, it gets to the point where I can't hide it no more. I'm the kind of person, like,
Hmm.
even though I know I need help, I'm going to hide it. Like, I ain't going to ask somebody for help.
It depends on who it is, too. Because I do think that to an extent with you, but I also think, like, I'm not going to say I'm going to say person, but...
But you are, though. Like,
I feel like you're very, I'm not saying all the time, because I'm sure there's things that you don't say to me, but I feel like we're, for the most part, we're vocal with each other. I think that's
what it is. Oh my gosh, you was taking the words out of my mouth. I said we're vocal with each other.
We're typically vocal with each other, but I do get the point of some things I don't say to Tay. Yeah. Because I'm like, especially if it's something I've been like complaining about forever. I'm like, Tay don't want to hear this. I'm not going to say this to her. She'll hear me say this all the time. Like, it's literally no point. Then I won't say nothing. Or if I feel like somebody gonna judge me, I'm not gonna say it.
I feel you. Never know if I was depressed or not. Because me personally, I just feel everybody else has already gone through so much. Like I just, they don't need to know that.
Like,
so 9 times out of 10, y'all never gonna know if I'm depressed or not.
Well, Rodney, if you ever feel depressed, you can call us and we can cry about it together.
Honestly.
Any time of the day.
We can do it after the podcast. If you want.
Camera stop rolling. Oh, man.
To be honest.
No, literally.
TBH.
But BHH, I feel like this was a good conversation because we all go through things behind closed doors, and it's good to like get it out in the open of, are you emotionally numb? Are you half empty? Are you half full? Why are you half empty or half full? Because this life is crazy with the capital C.
Capital K.
Capital K. And like, no matter how good you think you're doing, something gonna come step on your neck and make like reality check.
We don't wish that on you, but it's reality.
It's just reality. Like, y'all know
how life be life.
How life be life. Like you be like you be having a good week, a good couple weeks. Like, okay, I got this.
I'm coming out on top. Okay.
And sometimes that soldier boy will really be cranky.
Like you just paid all your bills and your car started making a noise when you driving.
Okay. No, literally.
Like, can I ever get on top for at least 6 months?
Oh, you got this for a while.
I know.
6 months. Can I get 6 hours?
6 minutes. 6 minutes.
Like, she said 6 months, baby. I don't even know what you can do to not have life hit you for 6 months. That's just the world we live in.
That's the world we live in.
That's too long.
That's 2 months in the house. Like, we're going to be like...
Honestly, I would be like so like
I'll be so
anxious. Like,
So paranoid.
your health, mental health is so important. And like again, I always say the disclaimer: we're not mental health professionals, but we are very self-aware of our own mental health, which is why we like to talk about it because we are aware of it. And some people may struggle with their awareness of like where they are mentally. So we just want to bring a light to those who may be struggling. But yeah, that was my.
We have no advice to give you as far as how to handle it because once again, we are not mental health experts.
Not professionals.
But we, like Ashanti said, we are aware and are willing to be vocal about it, about what it looks like for us. And like we said, just because it looks a certain way for us does not mean that looks like what it looks like for you.
And that's okay. Because we're all a little different fishes in the sea.
We are a little different, kind of special.
But some a little special to others.
I'm very special, thank you.
Rodney, thank you so much for being on this episode with us, giving us your insights on... Because we know Rodney, but we don't know Rodney. Because he be so quiet.
I will tell you, Rodney does not like a lot of people.
He doesn't.
And the fact that he likes us is like an honor to us.
Well, I don't see where y'all got that impression from. You know.
Let's go back to memory lane. Let's go down memory lane.
I'm not gonna say he don't like a lot of people, but he's like one of those people who, as it should be, he doesn't let a lot of people into his circle,
he's not really open to a lot of people.
Yeah. Is that true?
Because people be fake.
Like we talked about, you cannot be emotionally available for everybody.
Or emotionally safe for anybody.
Because you're not going to feel emotionally safe.
Because somebody...
It's just how it is. That's the sad truth.
It is the sad truth.
But like I said, we are very honored that you love us.
Very honored. We miss you, Rodney.
We miss you a lot, and we need to see you ASAP.
But VHH, thank you so much for tuning in for this episode. Next week's episode is going to be Capri's episode, and we're going to be talking about... The title of the episode is Mountains, and it's basically talking about can we overcome the things that we're going through, fear of failure, reaching our full potential, because we all have potential that we can reach and we will reach, and I'm super excited for that one.
It's not always easy, but there is always light at the end of the tunnel. So,
even
cue Miley Cyrus, I may not know it, but this is the moment that... Okay. I'll save all that for next week.
We're gonna have a concert because of Capri.
Yes, I'm very excited.
She sounded so excited. She said, I'm so excited.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just currently feeling very half empty.
It's okay, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because
you need some coffee?
I have not had
that's what it is. Oh my God, we over here trying to have no coffee. Again, BH, thank you so much for tuning in for us.
Remember that you can always catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, as well as all other podcast platforms. We're also on YouTube. Feel free to click the link in our bio for our link tree in order to find our YouTube. Very grateful always for the support.
Also, BHH, we will be posting the quiz that we were talking about a couple episodes ago. We forgot to do it, but we will do it for you guys because I want everybody to take that test for your love language because that was a good one.
Well, by now you would have posted it already. Remember, this is not next episode.
I know I said a couple episodes ago.
Okay.
Rodney, we're not gonna argue. I promise.
No.
Look at this. Basically, you missed the face. BH, we love you. We thank
Rodney,
you.
shut up. I hate you.
BHH, we love you. Thank you so much for being supportive. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you. I can't stand either one of these people.
If you know. Let's just say Rodney has experience being both half full, half empty at the same time. The cup was just, it was shaking.
And it was snowstorm outside.
Yeah.
Good time.
Aren't you so glad how much we've grown?
Yeah.
He said define grown.
It wasn't that bad, you know. Just, friendly disagreement between two best friends,
and roommates. Yeah, it was good.
Oh yeah,
it was good character building. Honestly,
not for me
personally, I wouldn't have took that level of disrespect, but that's just me,
investigate.
I didn't take that amount of disrespect.
What was that?
Bro, she be looking at me. She be trying to keep me in my sleep.
Bro, no, I don't. I be asleep.
Yes, she do.
Hold on.
But we love you, BHH, and we will see you next week. Catch you guys Thursday at 8 p.m. with this episode. Love you. Bye.
Bye.